Hey, this is BlindFox, so welcome at my ration review. Please support the channel, please subscribe, and please go donate on patreon.com. So we're going to do our 2020 SANDF 24-hour pack 1. This ration normally comes in a box, but on their website they said they had got supply problems with COVID. So I don't know if this is the new format in which their ration come or if it is just a COVID thing. So now we've got the 300 gram meal, the chicken pasta. We're also going to do our two isotonic drinks, the mango and the orange. Both of these make a cup. So both of these makes a cup, 25 grams each. We're going to do the cheese with our pasta. Here is the little sweets. You can see this, we'll just do the sweets now because I see this one is just open. This I think it might be either I think this is strawberry or wet watermelon. Doesn't really matter which one. You can see it's a hard sweet. It's got the C on it. This stuff has got some vitamin C in it. You can see you really have to, it doesn't always want to break, but it's a hard sugar sweet. So we get around 8 of these, and these little bags, if they are too small for your drinks, but you can use them for. They are always excellent, as you can see with the cheese as well, to put your little sweets in. You can always, if you just eat a bit of this, just pop it into a bag and fold it over as well. But this nice taste, we'll just put it to the side. As I said, you can suck on this for a while. They are all nice. They've got all the lights, bit sweet, but they also got the soury aftertaste, which is good for quenching your thirst. If you suck on this, it will last a bit, but if you bite this, it sort of turns into sugar, which is nice. Now we are also going to check out our chocolate power bar. So I will get everything here mixed up. This is just, I'm not going to show you how this looks inside, but we are going to make this heated up and everything else mixed up. And then we will go on with our little review. Oh yeah, there is salt as well, which I rarely use salt with my rations because I feel that there's enough salt in this stuff. But if you are out and about, you can of course use this salt to replace some of the salt you lose if you exert yourself. You also can, I think there's 3 packets of sugar, so I don't know if you packet of salt you can have that sort of rehydration drink effect going, but you do have salt to use with your stuff. Alright, it's heated up and we will start with this meal. Okay, so let's taste this one. This is the chicken pasta. You can see the a very dry one, not a lot of sauce here. There is some vegetables, so let's taste. A lot of chicken in here. You can taste the, it's real chicken, which means it's a bit dry because this is not very saucy. You can taste the pasta, it's very soft. There isn't much of a taste. There might be flavoring, but there is really not a lot of flavoring in here. You don't really get that flavorfulness. You do get it's a chicken taste. You get sort of a flavoring in the background, but not so much. As I said, the pasta overly cooked, very soft. So we'll add some cheese and then we'll taste it again. Alright, I've added the cheese here. You can see there, we've added the cheese. So let's just taste it with the cheese and see how much difference that makes. Although the chicken is still very dry, you do get that nice cheesiness of the cheese. And it is quite nice. The cheese, you get sort of a cheesy cheesiness here. You don't really taste the vegetables. As I said, the pasta is still soft, but at least you get that cheese taste. So I would recommend to add your cheese with your pasta, with your pasta, because it just, Although it overwhelms the pasta, it just gives it actual taste, which really it does lack. It does need some herbs or something. So now we will do our drinks. As you can see, let's just move this aside. Both of these are the same color. What I did here, what did I get into my drink? Anyway, so both of these are the same color. Now let's start with this one. I'm not sure exactly which one it is. Smell and taste like orange. This tastes sort of like fake, sort of your normal cool drink orangey things. You can actually add more water because this is quite strong. You do get a sweet taste. It's not as I think as sweet as it were at one stage, I'm not sure. But there is definitely sourness here. Sort of a soury, nice tanginess to this. So this is a good thing to quench off first. Now the mango. Does it also have the fake mango taste? It is sort of a souriness as well. This tastes just like cool drinks. This is no question of being a real fruit drink. This is just flavored vitamin C and sugar, or vitamins and sugar, but it's not a bad taste. You can always mix this and get an orange mango thing going, but both of them has got a tart aftertaste. They are both a bit strong for me, but you can, as I said with this, you can add some extra water so that you can have sort of a slightly flavored water than a isotonic cool drink. I don't know how much sugar this is in here, but most likely a lot. But it's sort of hidden by the little souriness here. Although you can taste that souriness on your tongue. Sort of a syrupiness. So this is our, what do I think of nice? So both of these does have a distinct taste. You won't get confused. They also have a different smell. You can smell the orange here. You can smell the mango here. So the powders, not so much of a smell, maybe a bit. This one smelled a bit sweeter. This one did have a little bit of orangey smell, but it was there, or you just have to concentrate. But they look the same, the powder. Mixed, they look the same. So you have to taste and smell them to actually know the difference between them. And then we've got our chocolate power bar. This is just a 55 gram, I think. Sort of a proteiny, powery bar thing. 45 grams. Quite a hard thing. Here we've got our bar. Alright, you can see sort of a crumbly inside. It does have a slight little crunchy thing going. I'm not sure what it is, but not a big crunchy thing. Just sort of a slight little crunch. If you chew this long enough, you do get that protein taste, but there's a bit of real chocolate around it, so you get a very sweet taste, and then you get that almost bittery chocolate almost taste inside. This is not as grainy as those maize bars. You don't get that grainy maize taste, although you've got the grainy texture going. You don't have that extraordinarily. It also doesn't leave sort of that residue in your mouth as some of the other bars do. So this was, I think, lunch. What did I think about lunch? They can really do with the new, because this is still the old pasta recipe that they always had. They really can add the new rations with these. I don't know if they why they don't, or if the military just doesn't want them yet, or if they have to go through a vetting process or whatever, but they are still the old rations. Does not really, it just doesn't do it for me, because your meat is so dry in this. It's cool, it's real chicken meat, that's the good thing, and there's not a ton of preservatives added with this stuff. As I said, this stuff have a max shelf life, apparently, according to them, of 3 years, so it's not a long shelf life, but there isn't also not a lot of preservatives, I think, added here. Now, or they say they are all natural. So, I don't know, that is just, their meat is just a bit too dry for me. I think that's the what do you call it? I can't remember the correct word, but the good thing of using processed chicken is your chicken is softer. It's not as dry. It sort of, because there's I think a lot of water used in the construction of it, it rarely gets so dry that you struggle to eat it. Real chicken breasts, on the other hand, can get dry easily, and because they cook this stuff to death, it will get dry naturally. So this is the only thing I don't like about this. And it's not as nicely flavored. You do need the cheese to get there some flavor in. You can of course add the tomato sauce here, but again the tomato sauce not as much, and I wasn't in the mood of adding it. Yeah, so you can add tomato sauce to give it a slight, but it just give it that sort of ketchupy tomato sauce, as in ketchup, that ketchup flavor. Now the cool drinks, they're a bit strong for me. I don't like that strong a cool drink. So you can add more water if you want to, then it's a bit more just a sort of a water flavoring. But it's good artificial, I don't know if you get a good artificial taste, but this is sort of a good artificial orangey. It doesn't leave, and the mango, it doesn't leave aftertaste in your mouth like a chemically thing. It's just nice cool drink. And these sweets that we tasted earlier, they are a good way to keep you hydrated and will last you throughout the day. There's 8 of them, so you can eat them throughout the morning, and they does contain a bit of vitamin C. I don't know how much, but a bit. And of course your chocolate, which is nice. There's a bit of chocolate around this, not much. So although it will melt maybe here in summer, I don't think it's hot enough in the house that it does. Or it didn't today anyway. I don't think it's hot enough in the summer here to melt it. Well, it might, but there's such a little bit of chocolate that we won't really lose. You will just get sticky with chocolate and stuff, but you don't really lose a lot of the bar. And you really have to chew this to get that protein taste. Although the inside is grainy, but it's a nice, it's again not overly, the outside chocolate is a bit sweet, but your inside is not sweet, so it sort of cancels each other out. So that was our lunch portion of our SERAC SANDF 24-hour ration pack, backed by SERAC Day1, back during COVID. So I hope to see if they change, how much their rations change, then if they're gonna change their rations, it would be interesting to see that. So thanks for watching, please support the channel, please subscribe, and please go and donate on patreon.com.